As kids, we all love to draw fancy cars. The crazier, the better. But how many of us pack up our pencils and paper along with our dreams when our school days are over? Well, I'm about to meet a guy who never lost the child within. He's designed and built his own supercar using off-the-shelf technology that any big kid could use. Nick Tompkinson loves fast machines, riding and making them. The former Australian motorcycle champion built his own race-winning bikes. Today, Nick's invited me for a ride in a supercar he designed in his backyard shed. Wow! Now this is what I call being picked up in style. Nick, how are you?
Hi Sarah, how are you?
I'm great. This is incredible. So this is your Spyder?
It is, yeah. Would you like to go for a ride?
I would love to go for a ride.
Come on, get in, let's go.
It has European looks to die for and a name that's very Australian, Redback Spyder.
My whole life I've wanted to build things. The Redback, of course, is a combination of that. And to actually build a car where I could really feel like a racing driver when I got in it and looked at it was something that, yeah, I'd only ever dreamt about until we one day woke up and said, well, let's do it, yeah.
And his venomous V8 with the big bite is attracting a lot of interest.
Little boys will point and say, Dad, 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 and then Dad will look, and Dad smiles too. You see that kid come back out,
yeah.
You know, and that's special. Here you go, son. Yeah, you're good with screwdrivers. There you go.
Nick's boys, Mitchell and Spencer, like to lend a hand. But it was Dad who did all the work. In his Melbourne workshop, literally from the wheels up. In just over 2 years, the Redback went from a design sketch to carbon and chrome reality. And it's the racetrack where this 5.7-litre V8 arachnid can really stretch its legs. So she looks pretty good, but does she have the performance to match? We're about to find out. Nick is keen to show me what the Redback is capable of. Now, Nick tells me that it goes from 0 to 100 in just 4 seconds. Top speed, 320 kilometres per hour. I'm feeling a little bit nervous, but I'm very excited. Let's do it. Oh my goodness! My stomach is at the back of the seat! Alright, we're approaching our first corner. We're probably going at about how fast is me? Did I say nervous? Maybe I meant nervous wreck.
Here we go, hang on tight.
The engine is pumping out 450 horsepower. And because the car is just 900 kilograms, thanks to a lightweight carbon fibre body, with all that power, we are really flying.
The car has a very low centre of gravity.
Yeah.
And that's what's allowing us to corner like this.
Exactly like that. Our added grip is thanks to increased downforce that literally sucks the Redback down onto the road. The underside is designed to suck in and accelerate air through a narrow slot between the car and ground, creating an area of low pressure, so that the higher air pressure above the car applies a downward force.
I always wanted to have my own racing car for the road, and this is the ultimate big boy's toy.
Well, you know what? I'll challenge that. It's kind of the big girl's toy car too.
So you reckon you want to have a go?
I reckon I can give it a shot.
All right, let's do it then.
Now, I better be very careful behind the wheel because there's only 2 Redback Spyders in existence, and the first one was actually hand-built.
That's very time-consuming and a very expensive process. If you get it wrong, it costs a lot of money.
Nick had to come up with a more efficient way to build the second one, so he used some simple laser technology. Basically what he did, using this laser, was scan the car in increments of 100 millimetres, both widthways and lengthways. This data was fed into a computer and a 3D virtual model was created.
This Redback here, the Australian Redback, was built in 6 months, which is a very fast time for a build for a car.
Back at the track, it's my turn behind the wheel.
Okay, Sarah, you said you could handle it. 0 to 100 in under 4 seconds. Show me what you're made of.
All right. Did we get there?
That was great. That was great. How did that feel?
Felt incredible.
That was great. That even made me go woo. Hey, you're going pretty fast, Sarah.
Am I too fast? Are you freaking out?
I am, yes.
Are you really? I'm making him nervous. Well, I think I certainly put it through its rounds.
That was awesome. Well done.
That was so much fun.
You definitely passed. And I can see it is a woman's car as well.
You too can have your own Aussie-built supercar for about $325,000. There's a waiting time of 9 months, but Nick is only too happy to build one for you.
I've got a fabulous job, the best job in the world, I think. I get to build my own car. And, oh, I'm getting a bit emotional, sorry.
That's all right. So the moral of this story, follow your dreams and you might end up with something like this. Who knows in 20 years' time what amazing creations these kids could come up with if they follow the inspiration and innovative thinking of people like Nick.